Domestic violence is probably one of the most common crimes that we see here in California. A criminal domestic violence case is brought by the prosecutor. The court can issue a restraining order against you for up to 5 years. Even if you've reconciled with the alleged victim, it is very important to follow a temporary or permanent restraining order until you get a skilled attorney to get that restraining order lifted. The reason being, it exposes you to additional liability for failure to follow a valid court order. If a charge of domestic violence is not handled properly, it can have almost a permanent effect on the family dynamic. There's jail time that you would potentially have to face, and you would be entered into what's called the CLETS database. Being entered into the CLETS database shows up on background checks and can affect your ability to either retain or obtain employment in the future. Civil domestic violence, on the other hand, is not brought by the district attorney or the government. It is prosecuted by the alleged victim or their counsel and does not include jail time, only a restraining order. At Core Law Group, we defend both criminal and civil domestic violence cases. Domestic violence in general is circumstantial in nature. It's usually a he said, she said situation. You need a skilled attorney that can cross-examine witnesses and obtain and solicit the truth in order to get a dismissal or acquittal. At Core Law Group, on the civil side, we also represent victims of domestic violence. When representing a victim of domestic violence, our philosophy first and foremost is to make sure that the victim and their family are safe. Then we want to look at what needs to be done in order to keep them safe. A domestic violence case can also adversely affect your divorce. You may be prohibited in your family law case from obtaining spousal support from the alleged victim. It can also have an adverse effect in regards to you being able to obtain custody and visitation of your children. When dealing with domestic violence cases, we understand how much of an adverse effect it can have on your entire family. We handle domestic violence cases with empathy and compassion